Now let's get it started. Let's get it started.
Play ball!
Arsenal came from behind to beat Newcastle 2-1. Woltemade scored in the first half, a lovely header from him after a small push. They can say it's a small push, but Gabriel fell after he felt a touch. But Woltemade scored that first goal. In the second half, Arteta was trying to score. And unfortunately for them, they scored 2 goals in the last 10 minutes of the game to win against Newcastle 2-1. Going to St. James's Park is always tough for Arsenal.
Always tough.
Yes, I think the last 3 games at St. James's Park they have lost, and I think they have not even scored a goal for a while in St. James's Park. But if you look at this game, fantastic game substitute for Arteta because it's the substitute that actually won that game. So fantastic substitute for him. Arsenal deserve this 3 points based on the balance of play between both teams.
Yes, coming to St. James's Park is always a big test
tough
for Arsenal because Arsenal have always suffered defeats in that ground. One. Secondly, when Arsenal have been on the hunt for a trophy in the Premier League title,
And then they cut their head.
now then they always spoil their game. I remember the season they had 5 games let me say 5 games in advance, and one of them was Newcastle. Newcastle was one of the teams that caused them to miss out on that title because they drew that game against Newcastle.
4-4,
Yeah, so it's always been, and that's why I said earlier in the show that coming to this game has more importance for Arsenal than for any other team because Newcastle are a team rebuilding after Isak's departure. And they've gotten somebody in that mode who is scoring for them at least. Now, it's not the fireworks that Isak used to do 2 or 3 goals, because if Isak was in this game, after that early goal in this match, they would have scored maybe 2 or 3. You understand me? But in this scenario now, Arsenal were, behind on the ball for a lot of things. You could talk about them holding possession, moving the ball forward. Newcastle had the plug for them. You talk about the pairing of Sandro Tonali and then what's his name, Bruno Guimaraes.
And Joelinton.
Very strong. And Joelinton, because Joelinton was also key to keeping most of Arsenal threats at bay. Now, look at the way Arsenal set up for this game. Mebere Cheze in the middle.
That number 10 row.
In the number 10 row, which we've been talking about, and then the other 2 guys down the wings with Gyökeres up forward. I feel like this formation now against this Newcastle team was effective but not productive because they played well. The problem was that there was no final end product for the team.
Yeah, Arsenal did well actually. For example, they hit the bar in the first half.
Yes.
Hit the bar.
Yes.
They had a couple of chances. I think they had a powerful shot saved, but the keeper made about 3 or 4 saves in the first half. So Arsenal would have gone led in that game, but Moscara's mistake caused them a corner. I won't call it a mistake, but he's still growing.
Yes, he's still growing, but the most important thing is that it wasn't a direct mistake leading to goal. It's just that he created the opportunity
for that mistake.
And then secondly, I don't know what I will say about Gabriel Magalhaes going down like that. In this game, you cannot afford to give these people any option or any. You don't even, because you are away from home. If you were Emirates Stadium, the referee will feel, a little bit trouble to blow the whistle at least. But you are in St. James's Park. So don't play into their hand. You saw them trying to play into the referee, trying to appeal for referee sympathy. Bro, stand up and play your game, because going down under that small touch.
This was a small contact.
No, there's no way they are going to blow it in the first place. You understand me? Open Woltemade to score that first goal through the header. And of course, Raya was already off his line. He was trying to react, but his reaction was even late. The guy that should have put Woltemade on was going down. What were you expecting from the referee? You can't expect anything.
The controversy. What do you make of that penalty? Do you think it was a penalty against Gyökeres? Because I looked at that penalty, looked at that instant, looked at it. It seems like it was a small touch from the goalkeeper, and it was a foul. But just common sense, if you are the referee, will you give it yes or no?
The question is, was there contact, yes or no?
Yes, there was contact, but the ball, he was saying that the ball touched, Pope touched the ball first before fouling Gyökeres.
There was contact. See, I like how, if the law says it's A, you understand me? Give that A first, then now come and now reason with me first. Don't come and tell me that this one. I know that sentimentally they will want to rule in favor of Newcastle because they are at home. They wouldn't want to look out for an opportunity to, kind of rob Arsenal to favor Newcastle, or also favor Arsenal to rob Newcastle. So it was a dicey situation. Remember also in that game, they had the same opportunity for Arsenal to get to get a penalty against them, and it was ruled that there was no contact. Talking about
the handball,
Gabriel.
It was close to, but you can decide on your own if it was a penalty for your correct. Me personally, I think it was a penalty, but they are saying that the Pope touched the ball before he fouled your correct. That was the argument, so they cancelled the penalty. So Arsenal went into that first half losing that game 1-0. Second half was here and Arsenal had a couple of chances. Newcastle was defending obviously, but Arteta made that substitution that worked.
Yes,
putting Merino and putting some players, and Martinelli is changed, and now putting Odegaard, and they won that game 2 goals.
Before we talk about Arteta's changes that led to the turnaround of the game, we have to also talk about Newcastle not having that energy to press Arsenal to get more goals, because
they were defending.
That's the main thing. You got a goal and you cannot defend with 1 goal. As City tried it didn't work. You cannot defend with 1 goal against this guy. City tried it. It ended 1-1. You cannot defend with 1 goal against Arsenal. Like, somebody should go and write it in their brain somewhere. You can't defend. And secondly, when the man took off woltemade, everything going forward up front just died. So, I don't know, maybe Wisha is not yet fully fit or something, or is out injured. They need to have somebody that can come in when woltemade is off, so that they can maintain that. Because when woltemade came off, of course, you have to give credit to Arteta, because his substitutions were spot on. Taking off what's his name now, bringing on Merino, bringing on Martinelli, bringing on Luis Kelly as well. These 3 guys also came in.
Brought in Odegaard too.
Yes, bringing on Odegaard as well, because at a certain point in time, Odegaard's movement in that midfield, the way he passes the ball around and redistributes the ball, it helps Arsenal players reset and then move forward again. So it was a good move from Arteta. Secondly, we've been crying on this show for how many weeks now that Merino should be on the bench. You see him today? Came in, got a goal, free header.
And that's part of the reason why they introduced him.
Thank you.
Arsenal is good with corner kicks, and they scored a game from corner kick to win this game. Gabriel scored that last-minute goal. It was just the final, almost the final kick of the game. The corner kick, boom, he headed it into the net. I would say he caused the first goal, but he atoned for him to score that winning goal.
Yes.
Arsenal went to St. James's Park to win 2-1. It's always a tough ground for Arsenal to go and win, but somehow they managed to get all 3 points in this particular game. Now they are only 2 points behind Liverpool, so the title race is officially open to everybody. So it's going to be an interesting title race, but it was a good game for Arsenal, a good game for Newcastle too, because they defended well.
Arsenal with dark hearts yet again.
They defended very well, but let's see what happens throughout the end this season. Arteta, everybody wants Arteta at least 3 times in a row. He has finished second with Arsenal. Now it's time for him to challenge title. Getting a win at St. James's Park showed that you're actually serious to win a title with Arsenal.
One of the most telling line in the commentary in that game says that if you want to be champion, you should not just be able to equalize this game.
You have to be able to win it. I heard that. I heard that too.
I heard that the team just struck a chord with me.
Arteta and Arsenal players heard it, and they went on to win that game 2-1. Fantastic game of football. Officially, the title is open because just 2 points between Liverpool and Arsenal. But let's see what happened with Arsenal. Let's see what happened with Arteta. But in this particular game, Arsenal went to St. James's Park and beat Newcastle 2-1. Wait, have you subscribed? Please subscribe to the channel. Now, as I'm talking to you, please subscribe to the channel. Remember to like, comment, and share this video.